What's up, guys? I really got to say this because I'm getting such hatred right now, it's not even funny. For the new people who have never watched my channel, to call me a coward when I put my face on the line talking about government conspiracies, talking about the Act of 1871, and doing this for years is just ridiculous. I just want to say that off the bat. Secondly, I want to say I'm on your side. But if people don't stop and think about the consequences of this, I'm not saying it's not justified. What I am saying is the president is going to use this as an excuse to take away, potentially, our gun rights. They are not going to view it as us being heroes. We are labeled as conspiracy theorists, the tinfoil hat wearing, crazy gun toting people who want to just start a war. And even if their McDLT warriors or whoever they are start a gun battle first, and you're just defending yourself, the media is going to indoctrinate the sleeping masses, which unfortunately is the majority. And they are not going to be on your side. Look what happened with the Boston bombing when they went after those teenage kids. And there were people saying that those teenage kids were not the ones that did it, and they were patsies. And the people opened their doors and allowed people in. Do you think the average person who watches something on the news channels and is indoctrinated with their programming is going to help you? And for those who are doing nothing but insulting me and calling me a coward and stuff like that, how about you focus your anger on the right people? How about focusing your anger on the government? I'm not sitting here saying that just sit on your ass and do nothing. I'm saying to pick your battles. Because if you are the leader of a military, you don't send your troops. If you're fighting in World War II and you're trying to defeat Nazi Germany, you don't send all of your troops to some little remote island in right off of Nova Scotia, Canada, because there are 20 Nazis hiding out there. What happens if all of a sudden they set that up and they had a nuclear bomb they invented and blew up that island, sacrificing those few Nazi soldiers to kill all of the people that you sent there? Now how do we continue the battle? I'm not saying that the cattle ranch is wrong. I'm not saying we shouldn't go there and protest. We shouldn't go there peacefully. But if a few people that go there with guns, the media is waiting for that opportunity to say, look at those terrorists, look at these people, we need to control them, we need to stop them. And if they take a worldwide or a nationwide gun confiscation and a gun ban, then what do we do from there? So I'm not saying don't go there. I'm saying don't go there with the intention of wanting to start a revolution. You can have 5 million people go there with nothing and still stop them. A bunch of older men and women scared away a bunch of the police that were there yesterday. They didn't have guns. I mean, are people that much wanting bloodshed? Are you that trigger happy that you're going to insult and attack somebody like me who's only trying to get you to see the bigger picture? Calling me a coward, calling me names, and somebody had the gall to say, am I getting paid for this? Obviously, that's a person who's never watched my videos. And to say I'm scared is so utterly ridiculous. Not everybody wants to go and shoot people. So if that makes me a coward because I don't want to murder people, even people that are justified, because let me tell you something. I hate President Obama. I hated President George Bush. I hate all of these corrupt politicians. I don't want to see any of them dead. I want to see them put in prison for the rest of their lives so they can be reminded every day of what they did wrong. Shooting the president in the head or shooting a government official in the head or shooting a banker in the head is not the way to go. That gets them off easy. So I'm not sitting here saying don't go there and show that they can take whatever they want. I never said that. Anybody that puts those words in my mouth obviously has not watched my message, and I'm sorry. You're part of the problem. What I'm saying is go there, but go there peacefully. Don't go with weapons. Because the media is owned by the government. And if the government is there, not for turtles, but to do gun confiscation, and they're using these turtles and sacrificing these cattle for the justification of setting up a bigger picture, They are going to spin it so you look like the enemy. And the masses will not protect you. They will spit on you. They will call you terrorists. They will not be on your side because the sleeping masses are clueless. Does anybody even know? I mean, so many people are saying, oh, you know, I don't work in the military, and I've never worked in the military, so that means I don't know what I'm talking about. Does anybody in the military ever know of divide and conquer? So instead of saying, wow, this person is trying to protect the future of our rights to own guns, and trying to get people to understand we need to go there peacefully, instead you decide to focus your frustration and anger on somebody who's trying to help. And you wonder why it's so easy for these elite people to control the people based on emotion. So if you want to send hate my way, if you want to make false accusations, that's perfectly fine. Because obviously I'm an easier target. But if you can't see the bigger picture, and you can't see that going there with your guns to make a stand where innocent people will be killed, if you think that's going to turn into something good, you think you're going to be cheered as heroes? Or do you think the media that's controlled by the government is going to spin it around, make you look like the enemy, is going to make it seem like you went there to start a war, even if you did not fire the first shot? And you don't think the masses that are so dumbed down and so full of fluoride and so full of their depression medications and so dependent on the government for their welfare check, you really think they're going to listen and believe what you say? We're not even 1% of the masses. We need to get the masses on our side. And that's spreading the information, showing what's going on at that cattle ranch. Letting the people decide, wait a minute, this is not right. And then they decide, call the president, stand up. You can make a stand without pulling a trigger and having a gun. It's a show of aggression. Aggression begets aggression. And in a government-controlled world, they control even the stories. But please, hate me. Send your anger towards me. That helps the cause. Make accusations all you want. Point your fingers. These are the people we want protecting us, the judgmental people, calling fellow patriots who are trying to only help the situation for the longer cause, labeling them as cowards and showing your anger and making your judgments. And people wonder why it's going to be so easy for the government to use this to their advantage. If you think I'm the enemy, unsubscribe from me. Don't ever watch a video of mine again. If you are going to sit there, and there's this idiot that obviously I've never heard of before, said, oh, I'm subscribed to your channel, and now I'm unsubscribing from you. Okay, I've never heard of you before, so first of all, you're a flat-out liar. And second of all, if you're going to unsubscribe when I'm talking logic and reason, then go away. Because if these are the people that are subscribed to my channel, I don't want you. If you're going to be judgmental and point fingers, I never said, please show me in the video where I said, don't go there. I said, don't go there with military-style weapons. I said to the militia, don't go there for that reason. If the militia goes without their weapons and they stand there and say, don't take this ranch, then they can be looked at as heroes because they can't be shown as aggressionists. Because the media will not turn on the cameras until there's a gun battle. And they're going to sit there with their live reports saying, oh, this terrorist group came in here and there's a gun battle with the feds and the feds are fighting them off because they're trying to save the turtles, and you will be looked at as the enemy, and the average American person who is so indoctrinated and asleep will spit on your grave. Is that a win? And then when the president comes in and says, oh, well, see, guys, I told you we need gun confiscation. I told you we need stricter gun laws. Look at all the news. Look at what those terrorists were doing. And the people are going to cheer and say, oh, I knew there were those crazy tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists that want to go out with a happy trigger finger, guns a-blazing. Can you not see the bigger picture? But please, hate on somebody like me who spent the last 4 years of his life dedicated to speaking truth and dedicating talking about things that most people are scared shitless to talk about. But please, call me a coward, because I don't want to go with a gun and go kill a bunch of people and be labeled as a terrorist and get shot in the head and cause nothing to change. Because you think you're going to take that ranch over? You don't think that all of a sudden, if there's a gun battle, that the president isn't going to send an army there? You think you're going to win? If we get thousands of people to go there without guns, and we don't allow them in, we will be the heroes. If people go there with guns and want to start a war, you will be vilified. And I'm not saying that's right. I am saying this is what the government has done and will do. There are plenty of ways to stop something. Just be smarter about it. And if you want to call me a coward for wanting to save the lives of people, even these militia, because I understand why you're going. And trust me, I wish it was that easy. I wish you can go there, scare the government away. But if you think that's what's really going to happen, then you are not stable enough to should not be there. But hate me all you want. Divide and conquer. Ever wonder why it's been around for thousands of years? Spew the hate, guys. Focus on people like me who are only trying to help. You people are amazing. Some of you people are amazing. Go there with your guns blazing, and when we turn on the TV a week later and we find out that potentially the president decides to use this as an excuse for gun confiscation and the people applaud him, let's see how much hate I get then. Because then how do you defend yourself? How do you defend the rest of the country when we're disarmed? Because if you look throughout history, when nations are disarmed, the shit hits the fan. Send the hate. Show the patriots how these militia really are. If you can't see any other way than to pull a trigger to stop evil, be careful what you wish for, you may get it. Normally I end my videos with a peace sign. No need for that today, because people want bloodshed. You'll get it. If that labels me a coward, so be it.